Steve, where's the Sorcerer's Stone? Steve, why don't you have a copy of the Sorcerer's Stone? Steve, don't you want a copy of the Sorcerer's Stone? Somebody get him a copy of the Sorcerer's Stone! I have a copy of the Sorcerer's Stone, it's just paperback.
It will be alright.
That's right, I have all of the editions of Harry Potter and one lone paperback. And for some reason, I didn't realize why this was such a big deal. I mean, almost everyone my age has the first volume in paperback and the rest of them in hardcover. But why is this, you might ask? This is because I started reading Harry Potter when I was in 5th grade, almost 10 years ago. When I began reading, it was just a popular book trilogy. Imagine that. Life with only the first 3 Harry Potter books. I'm gonna let that sink in. Okay, so when the 3rd book was released in 1999 and the craze was finally beginning to gain ground, the only edition that you could find of the first book was paperback. Back then, we had no idea that Harry Potter was going to become this religious following where people memorize spells and recite lines. Back then, we only wanted the cheapest copy we could get. But this brings up the question that I've had for a while. Does anybody else in the 20 to 22 age range feel like they have a deeper connection with Harry Potter than the rest of the world can understand? Let me clarify. When I began reading Harry Potter in 1999, I was 10 going on 11. There's something really magical about reading a book about somebody my age going to wizarding school. I read the next 2 books, at the end of which Harry was 13. When the 4th book was announced to be released in 2000, I remember everybody in my 5th grade class going nuts! But that was really only because Harry Potter had become a friend of ours. He was our age going to wizarding school. But it was the 5th book that solidified it. The gap between 2000 and 2003 when there was no Harry Potter release was grueling. But still, going into my freshman year of high school, I was the same age as Harry Potter. I could relate to everything he was experiencing. The next book in 2005 was just as exciting. And finally, the last book came out the summer after my senior year of high school. Harry was experiencing the exact same things that I was, albeit to a more extreme degree. Looking at the future of my life was somehow easier since I'd already seen that it worked out for Harry. It sounds cheesy, but I had grown up along with Harry Potter, and it was comforting to see that it worked out for him. Think about that. I didn't just grow up reading Harry Potter. I didn't just grow up enjoying Harry Potter. I grew up with Harry Potter, alongside Harry Potter, at the same time as Harry Potter. There are very few people who quite understand what kind of an impact that can have on a person's life. But this silly little beaten up paperback copy is a testament to that. So my question for you guys, especially those in my age range, is do you feel as protective of Harry Potter as I do, or am I just being silly? But speaking of silly, our first outro of the outro series comes from a user named Fraser, known on the YouTubes as Yobo Blogging, and he animated me about the funniest outro that I could have hoped for. So take it away, Fraser. See you guys next time.